Hello, Lillie. Thank you that
Hi.
you took the time today to talk to us. Well, just to get started, if you want to briefly introduce yourself, where you're from, and what you do with your bike guiding company.
Sure. My name is Lillie Rumpf. I'm a road and gravel bike guide based in Western Switzerland. And I have a small operation. It's called Cycling Heidi. And I primarily focus on small tours, private guiding in the region.
And can you tell us a little bit about why you started the company, or was there a gap in the market, or was it to fulfill your own passion, or what made you start the company?
So it's a bit by accident. Basically, it was kind of a dark time for me. I had to quit my day job for health reasons, and I was recovering, and cycling was an integral part of that recovery process. I have been biking for 20 years, so it's something that I do and I'm passionate about. And I had been guiding also for more than 15 years. And basically, it was something I just knew that I could do. And so one day I just saw that there was an opportunity to take a course to get a certification with Swiss Cycling. And I decided, as the imposter that I am, how could somebody with the health problems that I have be a certified guide? And the course that I took basically kind of put those negative thoughts kind of out of my head, and I was able to have the confidence to launch something that was really kind of focused on that. And I'm still not completely healthy, but I can bike, and I've been guiding now through Cycling Heidi for 3 years, and it's been an integral part in my recovery process. And I you can't be happier.
Yeah, sounds like an exciting story to start a company. Can you tell us a little bit more about your clientele and your guests? Like, where do they come from? What kind of experience are they looking for?
So it's a big mix. I have clients from all over the world that have contacted me, found me, I guess, through Google searches. I'm not exactly sure. It's a bit of a mix. And those people are, I basically guide the region. I show them places that I know and love, my home roads and my home little secrets, nice places to eat and stay. And the other part of the company is focused on education. So I do a lot of promotion in the region to help beginner and intermediate cyclists develop skills that allow them to be more comfortable and competent on their bikes, because we live in a mountainous region. It's not always the easiest place to ride a bike. And so I help to provide those skills for the local community. So those are kind of the two aspects of the business.
So what do you love mostly about this business? Is there something that what's your favorite part when you get up every day and you're out guiding, or maybe it's planning the trips, or maybe it's being with the clients? And how would that compare to your previous profession? And I personally know you, so I know that you were working in, research and with the university. And so how would you compare, this life compared to, your old life? And I ask this because within the European Centre of Adventure Training, with ECAT, with what we're doing, one of the audiences that we appeal to is people that might be exactly like you, who are a career changer, and they might want to, they've studied something totally unrelated, and they've worked in some type of industry or finance or another corporate field or anything, and then after a few years they decide to, they don't want that anymore. They want to work in the mountains. So for you, you outlined that it was specific to health, but what would you say to somebody who might be in that position? And so what do you love about what you're doing, and how do you compare it?
I guess there's the old saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And so the thing that is the best part of doing this type of work is I love it. Like there's no pressure. It's not the same kind of pressure as I had in the scientific world. And so it's easy for me to get out of bed. It's easy for me to be motivated. It's easy for me to say, okay, this is going to be a great project, or when somebody contacts me to do something cool, like there's no problem being motivated. There's no problem being excited to do the work. And the nice part about doing something that's physical is it requires me to maintain a schedule of fitness. And so as a woman who's 46 years old, this, the fact that I have to stay healthy and fit to do my job means that I will stay healthy and fit. Whereas when I was working in the industry, I would kind of put my fitness on the back, behind all of the other requirements of work. So for me, it's kind of a great balance in life. And so, yeah, I don't have the same, financial security as I had in my previous line of work, but I'm so much happier. I'm so much more relaxed. My life balance, my quality of life is just so much better. And so it's worth kind of shifting that focus to something that is really a passion, because it's easy.
Yeah, well, you say it's easy. I don't understand that part. But when you think about a person who wants to kind of realize their own goals, from a business perspective or from an entrepreneurial perspective, what advice could you give such a person to make the first steps?
So obviously it depends what kind of work they want to do. Getting a certification helps tremendously because it gives you that, not only that personal validation to kind of get past any feelings of imposter syndrome, but it also means that people will take you seriously. So if you have some form of validation, some form of certification that says that you're qualified to do this kind of work, that's going to be a head start. That will also give you the network, because a lot of, entrepreneurship is not what you know, but who you know. And so it's just kind of developing names and contacts, and it requires just a tremendous amount of patience as well. Like the first year I was guiding for myself, it was slow. I didn't have that many individual clients, but slowly and surely you get your name out. People see that you're active. I do have a social media presence. I'm not a big fan of social media. It's not my, calling, but I understand the importance of having that visibility. And so just showing that I'm actively out there doing stuff, it creates credibility for potential new clients. And so, but it takes time to build that. So now I'm 3 years in, and I get more and more contacts. People, take me seriously.
So I know you're only 3 years in, so it might be a difficult answer or question for you to answer, but do you notice any trends within cycling? Or I know that you're focusing a lot on women. Do you notice, or what do you hear your clients say? Is this something that they want to do more of, or what have you seen in that landscape with tourism and kind of and from our perspective, we're focusing on adventure guiding, but for you, it's sort of cycling specifically. What do you say to that?
So there are changes in the market, because I do a lot of work with the tourism, the local tourism offices, and there's a shift not only to more female tours or female specific tours, because there's more women who are actually in the cycling market. So it's not a huge percentage. It's still probably around 30% of cyclists in general, but they exist. And so having a tour operator that understands kind of what maybe a woman is looking for relative to a man, like I can really help ease some of the nervousness that a woman might have to go on a tour. But the other, and there's a lot of women professionals, and so cycling tends to be a market where you have I don't want to say wealth, but it's not really a sport where you don't have people who can afford to buy a $10,000 euro bike. So being able to offer more experiences for women who are professionals who are looking for a tour that is kind of more oriented towards them, there's definitely a market for that. But the other market that's growing is gravel. This is something that's recent in the last few years and really has exploded in the last few years. So there's a lot of tourism regions that are investing in promotion of gravel. And so I've done a lot to help kind of promote these regions, particularly my region where I live, to create not only offers that are guided, but self-guided tours. And so something that's been kind of coming up a lot is people can't necessarily afford to have a guide full time, or they don't have a group of people that they want so they can afford a guide. So what they might do is ask me if I can help create an itinerary for them. And so I will help them to find hotels. I'll help them to find the loops, and I'll provide them all the GPX tracks. And so that way they can do their own tour, but with kind of the local knowledge that I can provide. So that's a service that's also on the up.
And can you tell us about a few of the things that you have coming up in the future that maybe people might be interested in? Do you have any events or trips or tours that you would like to just kind of tell us about in case anybody's interested in joining?
So I have several big projects this year. The first one that comes up is around the Tour de France Femmes, which is starting in Switzerland, in Western Switzerland. So there's 3 cities that are involved in this big operation. And so I'm organizing an event that's around this. Secondly, there's, excuse me. So yes, I'm organizing an event around the Tour de France Femmes, which is starting in Lausanne. And then the second tour is a big kind of a training camp series that's going on for approximately 3 months. So it's not just an event, but it's a whole kind of, how would I say, a guided training session of 3 months, so that I can help prepare women to partake in a endurance cycling event that's often scary for women to participate, because it requires riding 200 kilometers and 5,000 meters in a day. And so that tends to be a number that looks scary on paper for a good number of women. But I often find that women underestimate their capabilities, and women actually have a really good motor for endurance. Like we're kind of built better for endurance than we are for sprinting or other kind of short events. And so if you give women the opportunity to and the tools to create that fitness level that is required, and certainly the confidence that they can actually finish something that's hard, they'll be amazed by what they can accomplish. And so a lot of the things that I try and do through Cycling Heidi is to empower women to be the best cyclists that they can be. And so this tour, which is called the Alpenbrevet Odyssey, is really kind of a training plan dedicated to helping women get to the start line and complete this big endurance event. And then the third trip that I have is a bike packing tour, which is where I'm taking a group of women, a group of 20 women in Eastern Switzerland. And we were carrying all of our equipment with us, and we'll go on a multi-day tour to different, to some beautiful passes and to some beautiful parts of the Alps, including climbing the Stelvio, which is kind of a popular climb for the cycling community. I know Jackie has
pretty
done
epic.
This one
I love
before.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
But this tour is already full. It's full in January, but it's a trip in September. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things happening. But these are all local stuff. And then yeah, I still get the like on weekends I get offers and demands for coming to host skill clinics or different bike tours. And so my calendar is already filled up. But on my website, I have all the events listed, so anyone can find information about the activities that I offer on the website.
Yeah, and we'll link your website when we post this, but can you just say it out loud here so people have it? It's Cycling Heidi.
.ch.
Okay. And I just want to close off by saying that the students and the participants that we have that come to our program, the European Center of Adventure Training, there is a lot of diversity in their needs and what they will do. But what you have done is, I think, a very interesting. It would be very appealing to a lot of students to take their passion and to go and to build what you've done. And so that's what we train in our program. It's technical skills. So, we're not training in one particular area, but it's a rounded, all-rounded skill set of many skills with entrepreneurship and photography. We teach students how to manage their social media, and also how to create your profiles and your LinkedIn to also apply for jobs. So it's very interesting to hear your story, and I think very inspiring for a lot of people that might be younger and might want to come into the industry and hopefully take a program like ours and then become, something like what you've done. So thank you for your time. And we'll talk again. And I would like to stay in touch because maybe we can, connect once, have you as a guest speaker with our students or one day. So thank you very much, Lillie.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Lillie.
If you think you'd like to work in the outdoor industry, but you're not really sure what you would do, head to our website and we have a free assessment that you can fill out and we will help you determine that.
To learn more about our training programs, visit our website or sign up to our newsletter.